Hello. I'm very sorry for the wait, my friends. Ah! God, that scares me every time, I swear. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do hands because I just realized, I updated my VC face, so the thing that, like, captures my face. And I didn't realize that, Leap Motion also just had a recent update where they made a whole new thing called, Gemini. So they have a new bit of software that runs it. And as I was downloading it, I was able to get it downloaded fine. Everything went well there. But as I was trying to open it, because it, for some reason now, instead of it all being in one integrated app, it's in multiple small apps that each do like a specific thing. For some reason, the actual tracker part was not running and it didn't want to work. So I was like, well, I can sit here and make them wait to try and figure it out until I figure it out. Or we could just go no hands today since tracking doesn't want me to be able to do it. And unfortunately, if I wanted to go back to the last bit of tracking that I had to do, I would have to re-download Leap Motion for the last update and also the last update for VC Face, which would take me a little bit. So we're just gonna go without hands for today. I'm very sorry, Arfie. I know how much you like the demon hands. I'm very sorry. So, as a bit of preamble before we start, we are on the final case of this game. We are on case 6 out of 6. I think I have 35 out of 40 achievements for this game so far. Wiggins, one of our street birds, his older brother has been framed for a double homicide, and he has been thrown in jail, and we are going to prove that he didn't do it, or maybe prove that he did do it, but most likely prove that he didn't do it. Also, I hope that you're feeling better today, Aki. That's all I can remember of the case. So I think we're just gonna start. Half Moon Walk. Getting there. You deserve lots of treats and a hot water bottle and head pats, and might pass out on you though. That's all right. That's totally fine. As long as you feel better. Hi, Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes, what is the trouble with that lad? Isn't he guilty of murder?
Ooh, a nose chart. Shape of noses. Tag yourself. Which nose are you? There is no shame in any nose shape. Noses are beautiful. I'm not allowed to use a hot water bottle? Oh, because it would increase blood flow. That's unfortunate. Well, I hope that they've given you some nice at least better than over-the-counter painkillers for it. I feel like my nose is somewhere in between the first one and the third one. So I do actually have a bump on my nose, kind of like the fourth one on the nose list. Sorry, you can't see it, but I'm actually like touching the bridge of my nose right now. Which is why my face is like doing this. Hi, Holmes.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Everything is on my mind, Watson. How could you ever assume anything less? Oh, wrong way. Actually, you know what? What do you have in his pockets? Oh.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon.
A gun, an apple, 3 hand-rolled cigarettes, and a clock.
It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder. 2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
So, in the last case, we had a homicide that was a cooperative effort. So it ended up that Miss White and Mr. Hamish, they worked together to kill the guy that owned Kew Gardens, Mr. Dunn, Montague Dunn, that was his name. So Martin Hamish was like super decorated, and he had a degree in chemistry. He was a very, very smart man, and he really wanted to be the owner of the Kew Gardens. But unfortunately, they kept denying him, and he felt sort of like that was shitty, essentially. And Miss White had a relationship with Montague Dunn. She is from a kind of poor family, and she essentially was getting everything paid for by Montague Dunn because they were having a relationship, right? Of course, classic story. And he basically told her, well, you know, I don't want you to work for me anymore. I'm not going to help you financially anymore. You can just leave. So they worked together to create a very elaborate trap. Essentially, these guys, I'm trying to remember what they're called. So basically, they're like a cult that really believes in like trees and forest spirits, right? Specifically trees and plant life. They had signed away some of the rights to some of their plants to the Kew Gardens as an exhibition. They went and stole some of those plants back. The ones that they didn't end up stealing are the particularly dangerous ones, which were, in fact, grown by them. They just didn't have access to them. So, the plants that were left was a carnivorous one that was sort of like a Venus flytrap, not exactly, but sort of. One that had really pokey barbs, where if you touched it, the barbs would shoot off in every direction, kind of like a cactuar from Final Fantasy. And another one that let off a poisonous gas. So, essentially, what Hamish and Miss White did is they lured him to this room that had these 3 dangerous plants, and he was going to feed the carnivorous one. Dunn, sorry, not Dune. Dunn was going to feed the carnivorous one. What they had done was they planted caterpillars in a vent above where that carnivorous plant was, so that they would drop and cause the spiky plant to explode everywhere. And when the spiky plant explodes and something touches the other one that lets off the poisonous gas, it would then cause Dunn to be poisoned, where he tried to knock out of the room, fell, and died next to the pond. And how they did this was with air vents, actually. And we figured out that it was, in fact, Margaret who did the actual killing, because she was the one who could see from the doctor from the room that she was in, and she was the last one to turn the handle before it actually turned on in his room. Because Hamish had a club foot and he wouldn't have been able to walk that quickly. But yeah, that's how that ended up. Hamish died. He did a bit of a sewer slide, and Margaret was in the cult area of this guy, and she was also going to try and commit sewer slide. But we were able to stop her with the help of Watson, essentially smacking the pill that she had in her hand out of her hand and not allowing her to. So that's how that ended for the two of them. I feel very bad for Albert. Poor thing. He's not super good at gardening, and he didn't really want to work at the Kew Gardens, but now everything is on him. I hope that he does well, though. And in this case, we have Wiggins, who's one of our little birds, one of our little... I don't want to call him this, but like a street urchin, basically, that we use to get information from different parts of London. Gets paid well. That's good, at least. His brother has been accused of a double homicide, which Wiggins is very, very convinced that his brother did not commit. So we are currently going Rat Squad. So we are currently investigating that. We are going to speak to young Leighton currently. We are just going through his effects before we go and actually visit him.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt.
I don't remember exactly who he is said to have shot, but it was someone.
Please escort this suspect.
Oh, he
for
doesn't look very young,
interrogation.
actually.
Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
Yeah,
My
2
brother?
people were shot, actually.
You
Double
know?
homicide.
Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Oh, he's got a black eye. Interesting.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark. and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away.
Huh.
Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
The fireworks
We
would be a
shall see
good
you
cover
soon,
for
young
the
man.
gunshot sounds. All right, let's check it out.
Locked. Locked.
Okay, so I can't talk to him. So is it just this alleyway? Okay.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Mara. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stab fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
Won't you buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny?
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by 2 police constables.
Did you hear the shots?
The fireworks were a
I
good
didn't
cover.
hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course. Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me. A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
Huh. It looks like a handle, or like the end of a peg leg.
This shard of wood is quite new. The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
What is in your pockets?
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens. A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there. Brian Vercotti and Leighton Chapman both have identical Westgate Prison tattoos. They were most likely acquainted. He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound. Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
Oh, hi, Pat. Nothing of any value on his possessions. Oh, he was. Dark window. Well done. Apparently, I'm just not good at deductions today.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you.
I am.
And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
Missing button. Sir, do you happen to have a peg leg? Are you the one that murdered them?
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. and there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Interesting. The cop says he didn't hear any gunshots. This guy said he clearly heard 2 gunshots.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
Ooh, 2 different
That is
guns?
an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
Conflicting statement. Mr. Turner stated that he remained at the window of his flat until police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Marrow's statement, as the constable did not see anyone at the window. Okay. So, simultaneous shots. Turner could hear the contrast between the 2 fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first, a single shot was fired, and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards and firing position. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon Street. Double murder. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. Okay, good. None of those fit.
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
We'll figure it out, Wiggins. Don't worry. Ooh. Fancy mirror graphics.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
Yes, it is. Interesting.
Mrs.
Good evening, ma'am.
Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
How did you hear the 2 people caught him?
Mrs.
On
Powell,
a completely different
did
street.
you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Common statement. Lee Chapman was the only person who was seen entering Half Moon Street after Brian Vercotti and Kenneth Butler. He was seen standing over the dead bodies and escaping the crime scene shortly after. Imaginary man. The person whom Leighton Chapman described in his statements is a figment of his own imagination, created to vindicate himself. Actually, there's probably... I could probably do another one. Let me see. Oh, guess not. Never mind. Okay, that's the end of that street. Still the end of the street. Oops.
Locked. Locked. Locked.
I wish it was daytime. It'd make it a lot easier to see, but...
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Is it wanting me to stare at this?
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots. The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Why is there a rolling pin here? Ah, his walking stick is broken, meaning that he is in fact downstairs. We can pin him as being downstairs when this all happened.
A perfect match.
Because that piece was under the body.
Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
I must say, it is early, but things are not looking good for you, sir.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago. The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
I think that there's a way that you can actually chemically mess with it to get the ink off, even if it's been burned.
These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago. This kitchen knife is quite sharp. There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. His kitchen knife was used to cut the paper. So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window.
So, we know he's good at handling a gun because he is a war veteran. If he did want to shoot him, it would be of Brian Vercotti because he was shot in the head from a top-down angle. This person seems like he was shot more in line with someone who was standing like where Watson is currently. Because he was shot in the stomach. More of a straight.
Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse.
He's also pointed the opposite direction of where you would think someone who's just been shot would land. If it was from this angle, at least.
The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Ah, there's ones behind me. That would make sense. Okay. Paper with the knife. This is very quiet and very slow. Window, went downstairs. Took something. Broke the stick. Went back upstairs.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Oh. So he got out of bed. What is happening? Oh. Hello? So he got out of bed. I think he looked at the window. What? Why is it doing this? Open the window. He approached the body, broke the stick. Placed broken stick. Cut paper. Threw it away. Was it possible he kept a revolver in the bookshelf and took it before opening the window so that he could... So the stick was already broken when he went to the thing. Because he breaks the stick down here at the body. That was him breaking the stick just now. And then he goes back upstairs, right? And he hides the stick here where it is, right? It also looked like he reached up for something, which then leads me to believe he cut up a piece of paper and then threw it into the fire. Yeah.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Oh look, Moby Dick.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find. A precious jewel concealed inside
Interesting.
a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design. A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
It just steals his shit, but bye. Okay. Now let's confront him.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
Chips.
But
One
Mr.
second.
Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No,
Tries to
merely
open chips
correct me
quietly.
if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little
Obstruction
money.
of justice.
I was
Or
desperate.
of an
I
investigation.
only took the bracelet,
And
that's
stealing.
all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
I mean, I'm not surprised that he broke his walking stick on the cobblestones because literally, cobblestones today fuck with my cane. Like, they are so... I have a couple of them on my way to school, and every time I walk over them, I feel like my ankles are just gonna go whoop out from under me.
That's why it's better to stay at home at night.
Yeah, just go, woo! fly backwards.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he
Hi, Mer.
alright?
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Wiggins! Climb! Okay. Item required. Oh, I had them backwards. The guy that got shot in the stomach was this one. Okay. That makes more sense then. I'm gonna also need a stick.
I am unable to...
One of the victims possibly fired his gun twice. Find out who it might have been. Would it be this thing that I need? This pole.
This should be useful. This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Third shot and revolver? What do you mean? There's only 2 things in the revolver. Crossfire. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. Double murder. They were victims of double murder carried out by one person. Let's go check this other wall too, just to make sure. No, I can't check. I guess I just picked the right side to begin with. Disappearing man. Leighton Chapman's statements regarding the jacketed man who disappeared at Half Moon Street now seems reasonable, as the 3 shots at the crime scene prove the presence of a second gun that is now missing. Could have been crossfire? Let's just go with crossfire for— okay, that doesn't— this. I have a lot of these that don't link. Compelling evidence. The witness testimonies and crime weapon clearly point to one culprit, Leighton Chapman. None of those link either.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
We're gonna play hide and seek. It is so dark. It's much less dark for you guys, but all of this... let me see. like all of the, God, I can't show it to you. Basically, I can just see the light, like outline of his hat and the right side of his silhouette and the lantern and then like these posters, but I can't see any texture on the walls really.
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Holmes is having fun. Yeah, he's getting paid to do this right now. He's getting paid to play competitive hide and seek. There he is. Wow. He actually really blended in right there.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
I don't necessarily agree with that statement. Do you really think he was that thorough? That he was actively trying to see if anyone was hiding in the darkness? Up the walls, if we can assume that there was one more person in Half Moon Street at the time of the crime, there's no way forward or back for his escape. Only up. Let us reenact the action, recreate the fireworks described by Layton, and attempt to climb the wall. Ooh, we get to do a climbing experiment. I really like the little experiments they do in this game. It's very fun.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Let's see if the lady has any other statements that she can offer.
I suppose.
Nope. No, shh. Stop. Find the flare gun to emulate the fireworks. And tools for climbing the wall. Are we going home? Let's check home, because Holmes has a lot of shit in his house. In his and his husband's house, sorry. I also think I have mail. And I get to pet Toby. No, I don't have any mail. Huh. Hi, puppy.
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mop cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Multitudes. Do not question, you will not understand. I promise. Okay.
That is not the one I need. That is not... That is not the one I need. That is... That is not the one I need.
It's not? You said it was a Hellenistic thing. Okay. No, that's Baccarat.
That is not...
I didn't click it because it said British, and he specifically stated that this was Greek. God damn it. These beautiful antique jewels represent part of the Hellenistic treasures. That's what I was saying. I was clicking the Hellenistic treasures one, and it was like, no, I don't want that. Depicted are the 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, a ring, and a necklace, each made of pure gold. The 5 rams of Mytilene? Mytilene? Because it's Greek? I don't know. Have been missing from the museum since 1885. Okay, so now we go over to the newspaper.
I need to continue my research in my...
Yeah, I know. I found the other thing already. I just didn't realize that I found what I needed. A treacherous theft. The Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by a cab on their way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Pawnshop owner Kenneth Butler contacted the Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawn shop in Church Street. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognized by the surviving driver of the cab that had transported the collection of Hellenistic treasures. Vincent Foley refused to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was eventually imprisoned. The lost treasures are still to be found.
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Seems suspicious that he has one of them, if he supposedly was stopping the sale of them. Weird how that works, isn't it? Because to me, it sounds like he bought the items and then turned the dude in afterwards. Do you think this guy's drunk? Yeah, I think he's drunk. He's fine. Are you sure? He doesn't look fine. Interesting. Meow, I hear a cat. Jesus. Well then.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
I mean, isn't it his pawn shop? Why wouldn't his key work? Holmes.
These tools are exactly what I need
Ooh,
to
a
climb
bagpipe.
the wall.
Well, isn't it lucky that we need some climbing tools? We're just gonna steal from this man. It'll be fine. He's dead.
This is exactly
And
what
a
we
flare
need
gun.
in
Perfect.
order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
Oh, interesting. Oh, no. Oh, they scooted away. They actually have vintage lighters here. Okay, so, oh god, you can't really see them. But in between the clocks, you see those little things that sort of look like a gravy boat and they have a wick coming out of them? Those are actually really old-timey lighters. Isn't that interesting? It's fine, he's dead. What? It's not like he's gonna use them anymore. Yeah, he definitely bought all this shit from the dude and then turned him in after the fact.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mytilene collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Hello, Kenneth. I remember you once told me about 3 pieces of golden jewelry with ram heads from ancient Greece. You still got them, right? Well, good news for you. I found the man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. I can arrange a meeting with this money bag for you. But I want you to cut me in on the deal. I'll be waiting for you at the crossing of the Great Alley and Half Moon Street on Sunday evening before the fireworks. Ryan Riccati.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
Burglary motive. The search for the missing Hellenistic treasures could be a motive for the crime that was committed on Half Moon Street. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. Link to robbery. I don't think that's right, though. I think we're good here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Half Moon Street and try and climb up a wall. I had a little measuring cup filled with water to clean my paintbrushes. Did you drink the paint water? Aki, don't drink the paint water. Oh. It all evaporated, I see. Dang, why would it be so hot? Oh, I guess it's going into summer for you guys now, isn't it? Great Alley Street. By using cooler colors. Haha. It is so dark.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Mr. Merrill, please don't threaten my child informant. Thank you.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin.
How quickly
then.
can we scurry up the
Catch
side of
me
a
if you
building?
can. The moon illuminates this wall. Anyone trying to climb it would be easily spotted by Constable Marrow. This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Ooh, ow.
I can barely see anything.
I'm pressing RT. What do you mean?
Holmes? Are you there?
I have to press the RT multiple times for some reason.
I should try climbing faster.
Ah, okay. Do it again. Dang it.
I can barely see anything. Holmes? Are you there? Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that. Holmes? Holmes? Where
I'm
are
hiding
you?
on the wall like a spider
I
monkey.
cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Broken glass.
These shards of glass are from the window above.
Ooh, a jacket.
A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
Shitty black jacket.
It's empty.
In the pockets.
Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
And walk unnoticed onto the street. Interesting. Leighton's innocence. Leighton Chapman's statement regarding the mysterious jacketed man who participated in the shooting at Half Moon Street was proven to be true. Compelling evidence. The witness testimonies and the crime weapon clearly point to one possible culprit. Leighton Chapman. Well, we're gonna go to the house to check out those fibers that we found on the jacket. Great disappearing man. Sounds like a magic trick. Also, I guess that's sort of what the shitty black jacket is making me think of too, like a really shitty magician.
Let us take a closer look. It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass
Let me
your
steal your shaving brush.
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes.
Aw.
Don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
It seems to be thicker than both of those, actually.
This is a most unusual hair. Human hair is significantly thinner than the black sample. The horse hair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
That's black? A large exotic animal that's bigger than a horse. A zebra? No, that's too close to horse. A bigger horse. Bigger than a horse, has hair. An elephant? Ooh, is it an elephant? Is it really a shitty magician? Is this a fucking magician? But bigger than a horse. Bears are not bigger than horses. I mean, I guess if you made them like stand on end, maybe, but circus. Circus! It's definitely going to be an elephant. Man who vanished to the crime scene at the Half Moon Street could be a circus acrobat. He managed to scale a 30-foot high wall in a matter of seconds. Hair from a large exotic animal was found on the discarded jacket. Vanishing act. The person who was only seen by Leighton Chapman escaped the crime scene by climbing the wall. He was a skillful acrobat. A criminal took a gun from one of the dead bodies. Ooh. Bears are bigger. I'm calling it now. I say it's an elephant. And then fast forward to the future. They just don't tell us the answer. The person who... Yeah, I read that already. Those two don't match up. So my two... Sorry, wrong button. My two conclusions so far is that it was a robbery or that it was... So that Leighton either committed a double murder to rob them or it was a circus person. Request Wiggins' assistance in locating the right circus. Young Wiggins! I have to be really far away from this window to call him. Nope, because Watson is right there. Come on, Watson.
I'm all...
Husband, please move.
Wiggins is currently at half...
Yes, he is. You're right. Young Master Wiggins, could you please find us a circus nearby?
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
What can't be seen can't be stolen. Interesting.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
And also get
Anything
you
you
away
like,
from the stupid cop.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Please let it be morning by the time he comes back so I don't have to keep walking around with a lantern. Please and thank you. I swear to God. Yes, next morning. Good.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble.
Same.
Holmes.
Don't worry,
That's a lot of
Watson.
bread on that
I
table that's
predict
cut
some
already.
news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
Unbearable. It's an elephant. What did I say? It was a fucking elephant. Woo! Victory chip.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show.
Elephant. Not a bear. An elephant. Not a bear.
Duval Brothers, a well-known traveling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
Do you know there's actually a reason why Indian elephants are used specifically for circuses and training and things like that, rather than African elephants? And the reason is because they're a lot more willing to take direction and training, whereas African elephants are much more independent and are much more likely to be like, no, fuck you, stomp. I still say a bear is bigger than a horse. I don't agree with you. I think people underestimate the size of bears most of the time. Or overestimate, maybe. Because polar bears, those things are fucking huge. Like, yeah, I would believe you if it was a polar bear.
Aye, you.
Like a brown bear?
Stop right there.
Not so much.
Good morning, sir.
Especially not a
Pardon
black
me,
bear.
but
Black bears
why
are
am I
little.
not allowed to walk around here?
Because
Comparison.
it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off.
Yes, African elephants are more independent. Yep, that's correct. So usually when you see elephants in movies or at the circus or anything like that, they are Indian elephants, which are significantly smaller than African elephants. And their head shape is actually very different as well.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Oh, look. An elephant.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Because I was talking, I didn't actually listen to what he said. Ensure that you're... Ah! I need to go back. This is the second time that they're letting us do the costume thing. They've only let us do it one other time. What the heck? And then there were Hollywood elephants, which have surprisingly large ears. Do you mean like Dumbo? Are you talking about Dumbo, John? Yeah, this is only the second time they let us do a costume. They gave us a whole costume thing and then only let us do it once. Well, now twice. Like, what's the point of that? Oh, I walked into John's room. Oopsie. Did you call me? I was about to say, Jade, you are on thin ice with that comment. Please calm down. Thank you. Why do I want to give him this hat just because it looks stupid? No, I didn't call you a Dumbo, John. I just figured out what you meant. How dare you? Let's give him the stupid hat. No, not that one. There we go. Let's see if it'll actually let us use the hat and the hair this time, because last time it was like, you don't have those yet. Yeah, let's give him that because that looks stupid. Are they letting us have it? They are! Yes. Okay, casual, black, brown, green, gray, light, bandit, farmer, morning gown, sailor outfit, unbuttoned shirt, casual. It's locked? What if I walk up to him dressed as a bandit and I'm like, hi. I could go dressed as a sailor. Yeah, I guess that works. Wait, the sailor's locked. Why? So the farmer, morning gown, sailor, unbuttoned. I guess I have to go dressed as a bandit then. Because all the rest of them look like... You're meant to be an artistic lockpicker, as per guards notice.
What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Boy be looking like he got a 5-head going on right now. So they either want me to dress like really fancy or they want me to dress really shitty because it's a roadside circus. We'll see. Very useful that all bandits wear that costume, right? Helpful. Yeah, I artistic lockpicker.
Who are you?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
I like that I was able to give him the Dolly mustache. Excuse me as I just very slowly walk all the way around the perimeter of this place. Gotta be aware of your surroundings, you know? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So I can walk past it, but not run past it. Got it. Good to know. Yeah, running obviously makes you taller. Balls. Pumpkins. And cabbage? Is that why I'm short? Is it because you walk everywhere? I really wanted to call that elephant right now. I just wanted to call it a heffalump.
Everything is here, just as you asked. And what about the money? Some of the barrels are wet. Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
Hmm.
I want to be paid first.
Smart.
No. You'll be paid after we make the
Half now, half
transfer,
then.
as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
He's bleeding.
Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight.
I like how Holmes is just like... And see me. So yeah, suggestion, if you want to get tall, everyone do your calisthenics. Is this... That's outside. No, that's outside. Crunch. Make me. Run, Aki,
This
run!
wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside. This wooden barrel...
I don't think I can make anyone run. I can hardly make myself run. Oh, I'm already quite tall, so I don't think I really need it. Printing press. Fancy!
This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day.
Rise up and keep rising. From lambs into lions. Propaganda posters.
From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls.
That would explain how they had climbing gear for all of it if they were pasting them all over the walls. Not just the fact that he's also an acrobat.
Charles Foley is inside the marquee.
Yeah, but I can't get to him right now. Hardcore poster pasting. The PPP. Oh, I want to climb that. My options are here and then Baker Street. I don't think I'm gonna find glass of any sort on Baker Street. I mean, I might just steal more of Watson's shaving stuff. Oh, mahjong. Oh, dominoes, not mahjong. Hello? I want to go out. Let me in, let me in. I need to look in the barrels, but I need something to look inside the barrels with.
There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out.
Oh, wow, I'm
The
stupid.
crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure.
I forgot that I could do the visions. Gunpowder.
Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder.
Wet gunpowder is no use.
The barrels are roughly clustered.
Hmm.
It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
Night, Aki.
Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers.
Here we're gonna blow some shit
All of
up.
this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Right there.
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table
No,
over there.
this is May currently.
Open
Almost, but no. He has a gun. So he has one of the rings. And his coat is ripped. Hmm. Are you Charles Foley? Man in the jacket. Charles Foley wears an antique ring, the last missing piece of the 5 rands of Michelin tool set. Also a revolver retained under his belt. That Charles Foley is our mysterious man who nimbly escaped the crime scene of Half Moon Street. Are you Charles Foley? No. Okay.
Are you still temporary with that lock?
Oh, no, I'm not. Sorry. British locks are weird. Yeah, the locks in this game are very strange. There we go. I just had the final one a little bit off. Lock's open.
Ah. Well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
Damn it.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Oh.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just
I can't hear what he's saying.
Legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Gosh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
Prolonged eye contact. I hope you enjoyed your prolonged eye contact. At least we have subtitles. I have no idea what he said. I couldn't read them. I was just like... Actually, this is a very good place to go refill my drink. I will be right back, my friends. Give me just a moment. That song is honestly a bop. So, I got myself a drink, but I also, very sneaky, got myself a Twix. Do not tell my partner. I think he might actually be asleep. Thank you.
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Twix are for kids. Excuse me. Why is... I don't have this one clicked. Can you... There we go. What was that, game? Okay, so there's no ending part on this? Well then. I guess we'll start from this side. With that, I'm gonna go have some breakfast. Bye, have a good breakfast. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for following. Or subbing, I mean. Thank you. Oh, I got it. Cool.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it. This cupboard is an absolute mess. Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Well, that was easy. Okay, I'm gonna back up and go through the rest of the house real quick. rope. Pearls. Fine, you don't want me to look for anything else. That was all you wanted. Alright, I get it. That's a big ass hammer.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
Hammer time. Ooh, this one's got a lot of pieces on it. Okay, we're gonna start this side. Got it. Ooh, a second lock.
What a surprise. Another lock.
Fancy.
And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
Set traps?
This door
We're
is
gonna
perfect
Home
to
Alone
escape
this
in an
fucking house.
emergency. This should be useful.
Let me just take this chair.
A solid rope.
Rope.
A solid. The door is now blocked. The door is now blocked. I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was
Home Alone's
poorly
overrated.
attached.
Code Santa. I feel like I've heard this before.
I suppose that the thieves
think
already
I've watched it,
tried
though.
to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful. The door is... What a surprise.
So if we hang up the chandelier above their heads with the rope, we could drop it on them? Is this the suggestion?
This should... If anyone takes the hammer,
Uh-oh.
the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall.
Hey Holmes, I kind of feel like that might be killing someone.
If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down.
Let's hope you're right, Holmes. Okay.
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
Most haven't. Scooby-Doo, where are you? We've got to set up a trap now. Oh gosh. We have plausible deniability. No one knows that it was us.
This works
Through, I
very well.
suppose.
No one will escape through this window now.
That's why I really like the live action Scooby-Doo, where they basically made it so that Daphne was not just like a damsel in distress.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
Oh, I didn't even see that there. We're gonna trip them with the hatch. Oh, we're just gonna let them fall.
There is
Okay.
no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out. This hatch. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. This should be useful.
Are we gonna leave the pearls at the top of the stairs? You know what this reminds me of? Showgirls.
One step
This
on
literally
these
happens in
beams,
Showgirls.
and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. The thieves won't attempt to escape through the front door if the police are right behind it. Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
Carpet.
This should be useful.
We're gonna throw a rug over it, I see. Very clearly inspired.
Now, it's not
Ah,
an open
Showgirls.
hatch,
It's terrible.
just a nice carpet
Such a terrible
on the
movie.
floor.
So
I
good,
should
though.
walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for
We're
my
just gonna
circus
break people's
companions
necks and
are
ankles.
all prepared.
It'll be fine.
I can leave now, but I'll return later.
Achievement
with
unlocked,
Charles
haunted
Foley and
house.
his companions.
Uh-oh.
Police! Police!
Oh my god, he's dead.
Stop where you are.
Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Well, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled
That guy's
them
neck
into the
was
traps.
clearly snapped,
I did?
right?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
Definitely
And
won't escape
this
now.
is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How do you know about that?
Sorry,
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
I hate him so much.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well. In this instance.
Mycroft,
So now,
step on a Lego
let us
brick.
catch
They're not
the
even
big
invented
fish.
yet.
But this man is not one of the Merrymen.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
I would say Holmes is better than the cops, but, you know.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the Merrymen?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft.
Yeah,
They
why are you
yours
asking
to
me?
find.
I'll see you soon,
No, you fucking won't.
dear brother.
Leave. God, I dislike him. How did he know? How did he know where I was? Does he have people spying on me? Is he following me? What? Bruh. Hidden art. The antiques discovered inside the hidden safe in the abandoned manor at Notting Hill represent. No, it is represent. Wow, my brain just, like, stalled for a moment. The collection of Hellenistic treasures that were stolen in 1885 and considered to be lost. Foley's vengeance. Chris Foley organized the theft of the Hellenistic treasures, which was related to the double murder at Half Moon Street. Leighton Chapman was a witness to the crime.
Don't move, you flim-flammer.
You flim-flammer.
The trap with the chandelier worked perfectly. Charles Foley has been knocked down. One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious. One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
Holmes, I had no doubt that you would catch the thieves.
What a beautiful collection of art. It was thought lost.
still seems like I have another clue, but... That seemed too short to be the ending one. I can't even go back to Baker Street. I'm guessing they want me to make a decision. I am definitely going to say that Layton is not... Yeah. This is gonna be what I go with. Condemn.
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful, you Scotland Yard dog.
Well, that's
Save
not very
your
nice.
words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at
Oh.
Baker Street.
Ah, yes,
Careful
these
with the
guys.
lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
As I am hiding in the dark.
That is of no importance. What
Smoking
matters
next
is
to
who
gunpowder
you are
barrels, that's
and
ballsy.
The plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange.
Jesus.
No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
I don't think we can let them do
That is a radical
this.
step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
See, the thing
What
is,
you are
this sounds
intending
real
to
nice.
do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see
It sounds
justice
very
then?
idealistic and nice,
Kids go to prison
but
for
the
a loaf of
likelihood that
dry
that will
bread.
happen is very low.
And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
No.
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
No. So they wanted to blow up a building, a stock exchange. Supposedly not killing anyone. I'm gonna assume that he got out of that. He did. Okay. Unfortunately, what they're saying, yes, is very idealistic, but the likelihood that they're actually going to be able to follow through with any of the things they're saying is very low. Especially if they are a people who want to create a new governing system by literally starting it off with intense violence. And they have apparently been a problem for an extended period of time. And they have gotten people killed as well. So I couldn't abide and just let them do that.
You're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently.
Because essentially, what I did was I stopped them from having all of that gunpowder to blow everything up. What I did do was blow up a circus instead, away from everyone else, though.
Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire.
I don't talk to people with
Without
tiny hands.
We would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth.
Look how small his hands are in comparison to his body, though.
Truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by
Thank you,
me.
Arfie and Giga.
You created the merry
Well, I mean,
men.
look at his
Stop
hands
them
in comparison to
yourself.
Sherlock's hands.
Only make
Sherlock's
sure
hands
that
are
you
in
don't
proportion with
create
his
10
body.
more merry
Mycroft's
men
are not.
By arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Leave. Get out of my house. Wow, he
Anything in
only
the
said
post,
goodbye to me
Watson?
and not
Any
or
clients worthy of our
John and
attention?
not
Only
me,
a
his
second
brother.
reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbor. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
No. Fuck off.
What? A lady?
Why would she get to put her stuff in our room? Excuse you. Okay. Charles Foley organized and executed a wicked plan of revenge for his elder brother. It took 2 human lives and almost resulted in a life imprisonment for an innocent man. In fact, his band was hired by the Merry Men, who planned a revolution in London. In addition, he organized the theft of ancient and valuable treasures that rightfully belong to the British Museum. He deserves the rope. What do you guys think? Let's see. I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. Oh, I got it right, but I was missing a clue. God damn it. I got the clues in every single other one. I got every single clue in every other one except this one. God damn it. And I had a feeling about it too. And I thought it was too soon for it to be over. So I was like, okay, let's just go to the next part. Roar! I'm wondering what I was missing. What did I miss? Excuse me for doing a quick Google, because I did finish it and I got it correct, so I just need to see what I missed. Gosh darn it. Oh my god, this thing has like each individual thing that you're doing listed. That's not what I want. Thank you. Firing position, imaginary man, double murder, compelling evidence, personal motive. Oh, I didn't get the personal motive, did I? So at the same time, I don't think I could condone the possibility of getting innocent people killed part. No one is truly innocent. That's true. That's correct. But the thing is that I only stopped them for now. I didn't get them arrested. I just put a wrench in their plans. I didn't fully stop them. Because technically, I don't have the right to actually completely stop them because they haven't done anything wrong yet. Right? Yeah, I don't think I got the personal motive one. Damn it. And that's at the very beginning. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I'm gonna accept it anyway because I'm not redoing that whole one. Themis. What does Themis mean? Personality ranking Themis. Dear Google. What's the definition of Themis? No, that's famous. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard word. I'm actually gonna have to type it. Themis. Themis, Greek order. In Greek religion, personification of justice, goddess of wisdom, and good counsel, the interpreter of God's will. Well then. I am godly, apparently. Oh, she's the lady that holds the scales. Oh. Justice is blind. I never guess. Guilty Brotherhood and their crimes, your punishment. Ooh. And a man of character. Ooh. I believe the man of character one is getting 100% personality. Woo. We're going back through all of our... Oh, through all of our cases. That was the husband that beat the wife. That was the archaeologist. That's the wife that cheated on her husband. I believe that's Mrs. White. Oh no, that's the wife again. He was. Old man who stole. I don't remember who that one was. That looks like the train guy. It's the train guy. Wow, a lot of this music was done by the same person. Shout out to Kevin MacLeod. It doesn't look so shaky for you guys, but it was literally just going like up my screen as it was scrolling. I didn't have my hand, so I had to use head gestures instead. Oh. Good on you, Kevin. Where's the husband? Where is he? He's not sitting in his chair. Either he's not home or he's in his room. Is this just gonna be a slow zoom around of Sherlock? Yeah, it is. Huh. They really wanted to make sure that we saw every inch of this goddamn model, huh? I can think of some angles not shown. They didn't show us his feet. Where's the feet pics? Frog where? I got everyone. Good. I didn't actually look at any of them. Lens used for murder. I must say, some of these things seem inappropriate to have. Like, this was literally the murder weapon. And I just decided to keep it. Because why not? Well, I guess that is the... I'm surprised at that. I assumed that the ending was going to be a lot bigger. Like, this didn't really feel like an ending, if that makes any sort of sense. You know, like, it feels like something that would be in the middle. I was assuming that there would be, like, a really big mystery at the end, and there would be lots of, like... You would have to practice every single thing that you've done in all of the previous ones. A little bit underwhelming feeling. It isn't. There's always more. Really? Because, like, it just says resume options main menu. There is no end. Ah, I see. Like, that lady needs that room for her stuff. I suppose so. Huh. Oh wait, that princess is another game. Well then, I guess that's the end. Give me a second. I'm a Google that again, real quick, just make sure. No, that's the end. Huh. That did not feel like an ending. I was assuming that it would be a little bit grander than that. So that's unfortunate, but we do have the next game in the series. So we can do that instead. Instead, I shouldn't say it like that. at least we have the exact next game, which is called Devil's Daughter. Which, if I'm remembering correctly, involves Moriarty a little bit. It's life, no big ending. It just was, and then wasn't. Very true, very true. I guess that makes sense. Right, I guess that is it from me today. But we're gonna do some daily reminders. Unfortunately, I don't have my hands, so I can't do the full daily reminder. This is your daily reminder to drink some water, to have at least one meal or a really good snack today, and to go to bed at a relatively appropriate for you time period. This is also my own personal bonk. You can't see it, but I bonked my mic. Personal reminder to be kind to yourself. You can join me in this if you like. I know how difficult it is. It's something I'm personally working on. I try and be a little bit better about it every single day. Wow. I believe in you. I hope you believe in me. Anything you set your mind to, you can do. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. We solved some mysteries. We scared Arfie with some spiders. My partner will be back on Monday playing... He doesn't know. He'll be on Monday and he'll be playing something. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend and you have a very safe Halloween. You either have a good time with family, a good time with friends, and you stay extra safe. Watch out for everyone around you. And be kind. Don't be a dick. Everyone have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Bye.